I ain't feeling lonely, and I wanna.
It's
you current you do know that you have actually made it so that you are on the stream. But like you're not on the welcome screen anymore. You're not on you're on
Something different from your eyes. See you for a moment, even hope that I can feel you. I see you. All that I wanted was to tell you that I need you. I see you for a moment, even hope that I can feel you. I see you. All that I wanted was to tell you that I need you. Now I'm finally right here with you. Now I'm finally right here with you. Your voice is getting nearer. Heart is pumping, thoughts are running wild. We got a good thing going. Why we gotta feel amplified? Staying to the morning. Countless hours spending by your side. You look at me, I'm soaring. Seeing all the truth behind your eyes. See you for a moment, even hope that I can feel you. I see you. All that I wanted was to tell you that I need you. I see you for a moment, even hope that I can feel you. I see you. All that I wanted was to tell you that I need you. Now I'm finally right here with you. Now I'm finally right here with you. Your voice is getting nearer. Heart is pumping, thoughts are running wild. We got a good thing going. Why we gotta feel amplified? Staying to the morning. Countless hours spending by your side. You look at me, I'm soaring. Seeing all the truth behind your eyes.
videos once we get there.
I will. So, hello everyone, and welcome to Longer and Harder, the show on the internet where we take a subject and we go deeper. Oh, am I recording something? I did not mean to do that. No, wait. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Hello! I have today with us special guests. So this is the patron stream. So if you're a patron, you get to hang out. I did see Ugly German Truths in the chat. So if you'd like to stop in, you should definitely stop on in and enjoy the chat. So we're pretty much going to do more or less the same thing we usually do, but I have extra people. So I will let all the extra people introduce themselves. I'm going to say left to right on my screen, but nobody else can see it. So, whoops. So I will start with, how do I have this set up? Let's go there, which is not what I wanted to do, but we'll go there, and then we'll have Evan start off.
Hi, good afternoon, or morning, or whatever time it is where you are. I am delighted to be here, and delighted to be part of this rolling destruction.
Awesome. And then I also have with me Luke.
Hello, I'm Luke. I'm an informatics guy and DJ, and that's all there is to it.
Nice. And then, of course, we have Microbloganism.
You all know who I am. I don't think I need to introduce myself on this channel.
That's true. That's probably true. So it sounds like, Evan, you're kind of roboting a little
Yeah.
bit.
I'm roboting a little bit. Okay, so what do I do about this?
I think you might need some headphones if you don't have any.
Well, I have headphones in. And so let me see if maybe it's a connection problem. I mean,
Well-
go ahead.
We'll get that figured out.
Okay.
But while that
One trick might be to leave and rejoin the call. That sometimes fixes it.
I can try that. I will do so, and I'll be back shortly.
All right. So with all that, while things get figured out there, let's see. Oh, am I turning things off in the wrong spot? Probably. Okay. So with everything figured out here, let's move on. Stop being a robot. That is obviously the choice that needs to be made. If you just stop that, then everything's fine.
Beep boop.
So,
Well, unfortunately, that's not really.
what did I need to do? I need to make announcements. God, everything's a mess because I was not prepared enough for this, as per usual.
I was about to say, how's that different?
Housekeeping is actually kind of important this week for once ever. I do have a couple of quick announcements before we get into voting. The first one is that. So I said I was gonna do this, and then I started trying to do it, and then everything hurt. I hurt myself. So I don't know. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but I did say I was gonna do a 5K in March, and unfortunately, when I started actually training for it, actually going for a run, I hurt my foot, so I can't run anymore. So the
Problem
point was that I was
solved.
going to try to have whatchamacallit. I was going to try to do all the donations and super chats from the streams go to this 5K thing, which was about providing heat for the elderly, pretty much, because it's fucking cold in Omaha. But I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do the run, so I might have to do something else. I know that there's a polar plunge at the end of March, so we might do that. We might try to raise money to have R&D jump into a really cold lake and then take a video of it, which I think would be a lot of fun. So we
you
might
can
do that. I'm going to turn that off.
So you can add hypothermia to your 3 level.
So that might be something that happens. Besides that, the other announcement that I have is we have a fundraiser coming up for Essence of Thought. If you follow them on Twitter or have been keeping up with any of their goings on, they've been threatened with a lawsuit by Graham Linehan, however you say his name.
We don't care. He's the
And it's
big.
pretty much been the threat has pretty much been take down your video talking about me or I will sue you, and they don't necessarily have the money to fight that. So we're doing a fundraiser March 6th, 7th, and 8th. I will probably be either participating in it. It's a D&D thing, so I'll be either a player and or like running the stream on sort of the OBS side of things. So if you'd like to help out, that would be an awesome place to go do that. It'll all be happening on Twitch, which I had the link to at some point or another, but I have lost. So it'll all be happening on Twitch rather than YouTube. So if you'd like to donate or have time to just stop off, start spreading the word, that would be awesome. Here we go. Here is the Twitch channel, and you should all go subscribe and stuff. There we go. Go subscribe and support them, because they'll probably be needing the money, because getting sued for speaking the truth is apparently something that happens. So that's a thing. I don't want to say who some of the other players are yet, because they haven't been announced. But it's definitely some people you do know, some people that you should know. So it'll be a good crowd of people from sort of.
Well, you mean it's not just random people
yet who's actually going to participate, but it should be a whole lot of fun. I'm allowed to say that I'm probably going to participate. That's about it. So if you want to watch R&D play Dungeons and Dragons, that is a fun place to do that. Next, and that's about it. That's, I think, all the housekeeping that I have. Yeah, that should be about it. So we can get right into voting. Let's see. Do I have that even set up? Nope.
Wait, not beer?
I do not. Goodness gracious me. Look at that. And then let's get the video menu up. Bam. Nope. Does not fit. Nothing fits. So, the video options for this week are... We have Abortion by Hannah Williams. If you don't remember her, she was part of the Christian Netflix thing that Paula Morgan did. 200K Challenge by Flat Earth Millionaire, and that was actually suggested by Luke. So that would be a lot of fun. 7-Year-Old Transitions by Blair White. Immigration by ARTB. Debunking Evolution by Genesis Apologetics. HP Lovecraft Isn't Racist by The Quartering, because we always love talking about The Quartering. And Stop Dating by PragerU, which is a bit cheaty of me, because Red Belcher, or how do you I forget how you say his entire name. They made a video about it, and so I'm just kind of stealing it because I can. It's by Lauren Chen, who's a racist conservative who does PragerU videos. So, fun time. So, if you'd like to vote, you can do an upside down I, vote, and then the number you'd like to vote for.
Hey,
you
R&D.
all get started. Do you all have a preference here on what you'd like to see?
I want to. Well,
Like chatty
I'm
chat.
biased towards number 5 because
Why can't I hear you? Well, you've probably been talking this whole time, and I can't.
Yeah,
hear
we
you,
have.
Which is the funniest part.
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
was wondering
Now
why you weren't responding.
I'm just
to my-
ignoring my guests like the asshole that I am. That's great.
I'm used to it.
Oh, I see. Okay, I turned off. Oh, goodness. I don't know what I'm
Turn off all the things.
I turned off all the things. There we go.
Hey,
Is that better? I don't know.
R&D.
So I have like multiple things going at once, and I don't know which one. Like one of them is making me echo into my own headset, and I don't know which one that is. So
Hey,
Got
R&D.
4 webcams. Find the right one. This is everything.
okay. I also didn't do beer of the week. Oh fuck! I'm a fucking mess.
Yeah, that
Why
was
do
one of
you
the
give
things I
me
was trying
money?
to tell you.
I give up.
Because you
I'm
need
fuck-
it. That's why we
I'm
give you
fucking
money.
Going home now. I quit.
Wow.
Call the police. I am done. This is a fucking shit show already. And I'm sure the whole chat could hear you too. God, fuck. Oh, I know why I'm echoing. I'm gonna try to fix. Okay. Besides that, do you all have beers of the week that you would like to share?
I got wheat beer with banana juice, and probably G won't hate me for this.
Oh, wheat beer with banana?
Yes.
I didn't even know
Uh,
banana juice was a thing, and now you're
Yeah,
mixing
no,
it up.
New to me. I just have a glass of Suntory whiskey.
Mmm. Okay, so what's the recipe for the banana thing?
Half wheat beer, half banana juices. Nothing fancy about it.
All right, half wheat beer. That sounds better than the Coca-Cola thing. That was pretty bad.
Um,
That's all
I I tried the cola thing yesterday. It's fine, I think, but
My
nothing
biggest,
special.
my biggest concern with it is the fact that, like, if you use the same glass to pour multiple of them, you start getting this weird thing where something in the cola seems to coagulate into these lumps.
Oh yeah, it got really gross as I
Yeah,
kept. Oh.
There's nothing more appetizing than coagulating into one.
Oh goodness. Let's see. Not Geo. Micro.
yes.
Do you have a beer
I
of the week?
have a Danish brewery, Nørrebro's Bryghus, for anyone wondering, Bombay IPA. It's nice and bitter.
Ooh.
I'm gonna open it.
So
I think I had
Kinda
one.
like my
I had a
soul.
beer. I had a beer yesterday that I think you would like. It's a chocolate ale.
a chocolate ale. Ooh, that actually sounds really good. I think I would like that.
I failed at wheat beer. I'm not a German anymore.
Oh no.
You will have your citizenship taken away. Yes, your turn.
At this point, considering how much crap I've talked about German beers, I am amazed if I ever I wouldn't be surprised if I went to Germany and they just stopped me at the border and they're like, no, not allowed.
Gio, Gio said in the chat. True, that's proteins being denatured, denatured, I think is proper pronunciation, by the acid in the cola. That actually makes sense. That's the same reason why yogurt becomes thick,
Yeah.
because like the acidity makes the proteins in the milk fall apart and become this weird mess.
That makes sense.
So R&D, I have been dying to tell X.
Oh yes.
So my son Joe goes to high school, and there are a bunch of anti-vaxxer kids there, and Joe integrated him, of course. So he came up with an idea, and he talked the most vocal of the anti-vaxxer kids. And he said, "Hey, I'm not allowed to tell you this because it's a secret. Don't tell anyone else. But my father is a scientist, and he knows the real deal with the anti-vax movement. It's actually a plot by Putin and the Russian intelligence to weaken the American people for a biological warfare. But you can't tell anyone because it's a secret, but just don't tell anyone because we'll get in terrible trouble. Yeah.
It's a counter conspiracy.
Yeah, so this kid, of course, then goes and spreads it with all the anti-vax kids, and now they just don't know what to think. And I am such a proud father. I am such a proud father.
That sounds amazing.
So hooray for Joe.
Did I ever tell you guys? So back when I was a teacher, I had a bunch of kids who were really into. What was it, SCP, the website? It's like a Wikipedia for like creepypasta stuff. It's real bad.
Yeah.
It's it's hilarious unless
it's really good.
Yeah.
It's some of the few creepypastas that still hold up.
Mm-hmm. And it's fine as long as you understand that it's not real and it's just a creepypasta thing.
Yeah, it's fictional.
Yeah, it's fictional.
They make that very clear on the website because they know where that would go.
But when you have a bunch of middle schoolers, they don't know that it's not real. And so one day they were like really obsessed about this. One day I got like a letterhead from SCP and wrote them each a note like on their letterhead telling them that they needed to stop investigating SCP or they would get in trouble. Oh.
Is that why you're not a teacher anymore?
It's probably why I shouldn't be allowed to be a teacher. Oh goodness. All right, so I need to figure out.
But let me know what happens.
Okay, so I'm still hearing myself. I hate it. Oh, there we go. Is that what it was? That's what it was. I finally found it.
Is there a reason why we're not? Well, I guess if we're gonna watch a video, it doesn't matter. But your camera isn't on in the Hangout.
Yeah, I mean, I can, so you all can see me. But let's see, we have multiple cameras. We also have this camera, which I don't like so much. That's like my camera.
I'm using a phone and laptop setup, so I got it all covered.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's no problem with this. It's just it shows my screen twice. Like, it shows it because I'm on screen, and then it shows, like, the Hangout screen.
So what's your beer? You haven't actually said that to the...
I don't have a beer. It's super late. It's super late. I was super late about getting beer. And so I didn't get beer. So I have a mimosa. I do have beer, and I'll probably switch to beer. But I opened this up this morning because I'm an alcoholic and need a drink first thing in the morning. But if you drink it with orange juice and with breakfast, then you're not an alcoholic. Then it's like a mimosa, and it's fine.
Then it's just orange juice.
Then it's just orange juice, yeah. So that's pretty much what it is.
The fact that it's breakfast negates the ethanol.
Yes.
Everyone knows that.
Exactly. So you cannot get drunk if you have breakfast with it. True fact, kids. So I have a mimosa, which
we would never lie on this channel.
I would never lie on this channel. Which mimosa is pretty much just orange juice and champagne, but also don't get champagne because fuck the French and it's unnecessarily snobby. Just get a sparkling wine of some variety. And I got Mama Mango, which is a mango sparkling champagne. Also, the label is really cool because it says M plus mango squared, and it's called Mama Mango, and it's pretty neat.
Wait, so not only are you using orange juice, you got a sparkling wine that has fruit in it already. So just like making multi-fruit juice.
It makes it healthier and getting all my vitamins. All my vitamins. And we got ourselves Ugly German Truce.
Yes.
Well. Nice. So we got ourselves more people. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick before I announce the winner of the poll?
Well, you have done it already.
That is true. That is true. All right. So the poll is actually, we have ourselves a tie, which...
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh goodness, I don't know how we're gonna. So we have a tie between 2 and 6, which are 2 and 6. Flat Earth, and HP Life Forever. You know what? I think we can actually do both of them. I genuinely think we can.
Doesn't that mean 8? I don't think the menu goes there.
Good. We could just split the difference and do 8 divided by 2 and make it 4, which nobody voted for. But I'm pretty sure we can do both. So we can do we're gonna start with the Flat Earth one because that was the one that
It's
Luke
really short.
suggested. It's like 2 minutes, which in my time is like an hour,
Well,
but that's
5 hours.
still an hour.
We'll still get to the other video. That's the point.
Yes, we still will if I can find it. There it is. So this one was
Oh,
suggested.
Micro, you're such an optimist.
Okay, I just want to point out that Luke's drink kind of looks like he just has a glass of like the foam from a foam mattress.
Actually, that's,
It's the exact same color.
it's a banana juice, I swear.
Yeah.
They call the drink the urethane.
Oh god.
Oh goodness. All right, so I made a goof last time. In case you don't know, and I'm gonna say this just because I need to eat up time as I talk. In case you don't know, Micro and I do a D&D game on oops, did not mean to do that. D&D game on Saturdays. Yes, on Saturdays with Chrissy Ossity, who's our DM, and then Christy Winters. Jess, Micro, and I are in a group. We do this every Saturday night, except for last night. But we do stream it to Christy's channel. So if you ever want to watch us play D&D, that's a great place to go. But last time I was in charge of doing the streaming bits, and I completely made a mess out of my oh damn, that's really big. Out
Oh,
of
so
my
instead
OBS
of
stuff.
doing the thing you should have done and made a new profile in OBS and made a new scene collection.
Yeah, I made a mess of mine. So that was fun. That was great. That was fantastic. So let's see. So I think that's what I need. I don't need you. You, I don't know why you're here. Go. No, are you the one I want? Which one do I not want? I don't want this one. And you all can't like hear or can see the mess that I've made, but I made a giant mess. It's pretty much okay. So less of a giant mess now. I hope. Probably. Maybe. Who knows?
If you did manage to dox yourself, it's a good day.
It's a good day to dox myself.
People
Perfect.
coming.
Nope, that's not the one I want. We wanted. That's not the one. We want 200.
Flat Earth Millionaire, he's got
There
a
we
challenge.
go. So Flat Earth Millionaire has got a challenge for us. We'll get the video shared with the rest of the group here. How do I share a screen? Gosh darn. Share screen.
The little dots in the
Application.
corner.
Bam. There we go. So you all should be able to see that.
Yes.
And okay, so we have ourselves
If you
this
mix Flat Earth Millionaire and Nathan Thompson, who is intellectually bankrupt, do you get normal income, Flat Earther?
is that who the other guy is?
Yes, it's
Yes, that is Nathan Thompson.
Nathan Thompson. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I guess I don't know, you split the difference, so you're like, what's a half a millionaire? So
That's someone who makes $500,000.
get half a million.
What? No, it's someone who has $500,000. Sorry.
That's true. Making a million is different than having it.
Yeah, because you still become a millionaire even if you when you win the lottery. So.
All right. So yeah, we have a bunch of things. How many shower heads do these two combine? Who knows? How many shower heads? Dora as well. You can also join this. Join us on here if you'd like to talk about this. The link is on Patreon, so you are also welcomed to come join us. So we have ourselves these two nutty guys. Who
I feel like they're gonna. I feel like this looks like they've got an appetite. It looks. You remember that weird thing you had? A while ago you did a debunk of, like way back, the one where the guy like this is how you make money, where he walks around in an obviously rented, really fancy place.
What was it?
I can't remember what it's
Jason
called.
something. Jason something. Yeah.
This looks like the discount version of that.
I do kind of expect. What's the other guy who does it? The guy who does the car is like, this is my Ferrari, but it's not what I love. I love knowledge, and has all the books on the wall. If you haven't seen that, God, I haven't seen that out on YouTube in a while. It's been a bit.
It also looks like a weird 90s commercial.
Yeah.
Like the quality is perfect. Like I feel like I could have made this video while I was in high school using like a camcorder.
I mean, that is probably what they used.
Like an actual camcorder, like a VHS camcorder, not even a digital one.
I've heard what they will say before, and you could have done that with a wall-mounted telephone in high school.
All right, so let's see what we got from. So feel free to just say stop or say something, and I will stop, and we can comment on the stupid things being said.
For all the Globers to prove we live on a spinning ball.
The challenge, there's three main parts. We want to see replication using the scientific method. You know, observing, measuring, and repeating water sticking to a ball. You know, it doesn't even have to be spinning. We just want to see water conforming to the exterior of a ball.
Stop.
Can we make the obvious shower joke? Shower joke.
We could, and also they're unaware of surface tension and you know, but whatever.
The problem with that R&D is that implies that they have balls.
Well, there's that.
Oh.
In my hometown, there's one guy who has a fountain with a big, heavy stone ball, and it's actually wet all over the place.
Yeah.
Also, technically speaking, they didn't actually specify what the ball should be made out of. So you could just have a drop that's technically a bowl of water with water stuck to it.
Just get a sponge. Just get a ball-shaped sponge.
But yeah, they have not specified the properties.
They
of
did
it.
not. And that is entirely their fault. Like, you could literally just get a sponge and put water on it. It'll stick to it. There you go. There, we should get our $1 million.
Yeah, Yella is in the chat is correct. Like, it doesn't actually make sense to say that you replicate things with the scientific method. Like, that's part of it.
You know that when they use a tennis ball or a soccer ball for their experiments and show how the water will drop off, the thickness of the wet layer on the outside of the ball still is deeper than the ocean in comparison on the whole Earth would be.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy because yeah, even if you do get a dropped, that thing would be. If to scale, that thing would be so ginormous on Earth, like that to have an actual like, even if you use water retention or whatever.
If you took all the water on the Earth and collected it into like a bowl and like put it on Earth, it's like the size of Texas or something like the bowl. Like it's tiny.
Yeah.
Every time I see this experiment with the tennis ball and they fly off the water, do you actually know how fast this is spinning?
I do love that. It's a great picture because I've seen it a whole bunch, like the picture of the tennis ball spinning, and it's a fantastic picture. Like props to the photographer of that one. But you're right, like that. I can only imagine being in a planet spinning that fast.
That's like. Planets don't do that naturally. That's like some aliens decided with too much technology and too much time on their hand decided to like for some reason spin up a planet.
Science says we can do it. It doesn't say that we shouldn't. So we do have Eager. Eager, I haven't talked to you in so long, I feel like, and you have a great comment, which I'm sure actually isn't great, but I want to read it anyway. Newton's gravity pulls everything down from below, while Einstein's gravity pushes you down from above. Neither exist. The fabric of bending space-time is cuddling you like a baby. Ooh, I would like to be coddled.
Oh, we have a new person.
We have a new person? Who showed up?
Yes.
Oh, we do. Oh, hello, Bunny. How are you? I don't know if we'll let her. I know who this is. And so we're gonna let her get a chance to figure out microphones. Do I have it? Yes. Figure out microphones. You probably need a microphone. There we go. We do have a new guest. Oh, you might need a microphone and or a headset, like headphones.
I have a microphone.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. We can hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
From California.
Yay. How you doing today?
Not bad. She's not awake yet.
Oh, okay. So your camera's
How are you
on,
doing?
by the way. So every time you
Well-
do that, I can see your ear, which, well, fascinating. It's so can the rest of the internet.
Don't worry, I won't be on long.
No, you're fine. So do you have any plans for the weekend?
No, just enjoying the California sunshine.
Woot woot. Well, so your camera is still on though, and I can still see your ear.
I know. I can't hear you unless I put the phone to the ear.
I think you can turn off the camera though.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
We
the
don't. We
part,
don't.
yeah.
But,
that would help.
yeah.
There we go. And now you can put it up to your ear, and then we'll be all good.
Hey, good.
There we go. Excellent. All right. So yeah, so we are watching Flat Earth Millionaire, tell us all about water sticking to things and stuff. So,
is he actually a millionaire?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
He claims to be, but nobody is sure.
He also claims the Earth is flat, so you know.
I mean, his house seems to be.
I don't. He's got a whole channel of this. I think he might be. Who's the guy who Wolfie made a bet with like forever ago? Who also claimed to like give like a couple $1,000 but couldn't.
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember his name, but also made a bet and could not actually pay it up. Like, did not actually have the money to be able to pay what he said he was gonna pay. So who knows? It doesn't matter if he's a millionaire or not. He has the money. They will never pay. It's true. They won't pay.
Yeah.
Many flat earthers have promised to pay. Anthony Riley has made a bet. J.M. Truth has made a bet.
Mm-hmm.
They never pay up.
Yeah, that's true. They really should. Mr. Millionaire here really should do the try to get money together to do the circumnavigation around the South Pole. That'd be neat. Also, I'd want to do that. Like.
But would you want to do it enough that you would want to spend the whole trip with him?
Depends on how much money they give me.
They don't give you any money. They just pay for the tour.
I don't know.
But you can't expect them to both pay for your for your trip and give you extra money.
It's true. That might be a little bit too much wishful thinking right there.
We've established that it can be bought. It's just a matter of the price.
Yeah, yes, it's true. The price is high enough, honestly. I would. Okay, so that's challenge number 1, which is poorly written, and I'm gonna go buy a sponge this afternoon and make it into a ball, and win my $1 million, or however much you promised. So challenge number 2.
200,000. It's literally in the title.
You're right. I could read the title. Okay. So with that, we're gonna go to challenge number 2.
The second is I want to see where sea level, where the physics of water finding and maintaining level, go from sea level being level and flat, a flat surface, to convex. We want to see where sea level turns to sea curve. Okay.
I love every bit of that.
Who wants to say it?
Level isn't flat.
Thank you.
I do. God, that's such a like. I always want to. I'm always really curious as to how they must see the world. Like to think that like it genuinely is flat, and then that we think it just goes flat and then it curves. Like rather than it's curved the whole way through and you just can't see it.
It's generally like. The thing about their reasoning is you really start to understand that they can't reason in 3 dimensions at all. Like that's just not even a thing.
Yeah, 3 dimensions and large scales.
That's true. They are very easily confused by both of those things, which I find I find extremely the 3-dimension things I find fascinating. To not be able to think in 3 dimensions like that, or I don't know, compartmentalize it in such a way that you only think about, like, you can function in the real world in 3 dimensions, but beyond that, you're just like, eh?
I mean, do they come to staircases and are flummoxed and don't know what to do then? I mean, I don't know.
That's a good question. Our flat... I wonder if there's a correlation between being clumsy and being a flat earther. Like having being clumsy in the way where you're clumsy because you're unaware of your surroundings. You're bad at like 3.
Yeah.
I think many flat earthers see the world like an on-off switch where the curve is flipped on or the vacuum is flipped on suddenly.
That's true, because you do get that vacuum thing all the time. Like, how can you have a vacuum next to a non-vacuum without understanding that it's a gradient and not a you don't hit a magical point. Somebody, God, it was years ago, somebody was telling me, like, at how high does gravity stop working, and I just Like I couldn't quite figure out the words to say that that's not how that works.
I love that it's how high,
Yes.
not how far away.
No,
how high.
How high. Like, yeah, it wasn't even like how far away from Earth you stop feeling Earth's gravity. It's like how high up does gravity stop?
Although to be fair, I think with these people, how high it's very reasonable question.
That's true. We gotta get. Well, I guess is Jordan from Spirit Science? Is he a flat earther? Like
No. Remember, you literally did a video on it. You were so forgetful. It's impressive. He's
Wasn't
both.
Jordan the one who
Yeah, right. It's flat and round.
and
Yeah.
round.
Yeah, it's both.
Okay.
It's just a matter of your perspective, because if you're a creature, if we imagine a creature that lives in the 5th dimension, it might see our world as flat.
Oh yeah, he did the whole the things with the one-dimensional creature thing. I remember that now. Yeah. I guess for him, how high would be a good question.
He gets
to
very
ask.
high,
He gets very high.
and then hallucinates Emma Watson.
It's just creepy.
Oh my god.
Like the one time I understand, but like a reoccurring, and then to make a video, and then to edit, and then to post it, like oof. There's a lot.
And then
there.
to make a follow-up video where you admit that you're a rapist.
Like,
Yeah, he's special.
Yeah, like that's a lot of steps to go through just just to
Never
talk
go
about
from
your
Jordan.
He's a goose. He's such a goose. I used to I try not to use Facebook anymore because it depresses me.
Because
so I'm
it's
on Twitter,
Facebook.
which is way better, right? Because Twitter doesn't depress me. But when I used to be on Facebook, my friends used to post like spirit science memes all the time, and like the benign ones, like never any.
The one he uses to lure you in.
Yeah, and every time I'd be like, "All right, guys, like this is neat." Like this statement is very benign. It's always like whatever, you hold the power to your future or something like that, which whatever, some platitude that.
Yeah.
It's meaningless and whatever. It's fine. It's not gonna hurt anybody.
It's the thing you put on a fridge magnet.
Yeah. And so it's fine, but I was always that asshole who had to point out to everybody who did this, like, okay, like that's neat, but this is also the guy who thinks that Jews are from space.
No. They're time traveling.
Oh god.
The Martians are from space. The Jews are time traveling.
I thought it was Native Americans who time travel.
No, Native Americans are from under the sea.
Oh yeah, they're the Atlanteans.
Oh, for God's sake!
the lore.
We don't want to misrepresent him.
The lore behind all of this is okay.
Like I feel like if spirits, if like the human history movies were like the lore behind like a fictional book series or anime or something, like it would have the worst fan base.
It would.
like because it's so
it does have the worst fan base.
Yeah, but it's not really. I don't count it as a fan base when it's people actually believing that it's true.
It would be YouTube after YouTube video arguing about the different power levels of the space Jews versus the Native American time travelers, or whatever they are.
They're over 9,000.
It's over 9,000. Whether that's canon or not, is it canon? I don't know.
Well, 9,000 isn't canon because in the original it's in the original manga it says 8,000.
See, worst fans ever. All right. Listen.
That wasn't a joke. That is literally
I
true,
know
but
that
it's
is
Dragon
true.
Ball Z.
I know my Dragon Ball lore. Also the worst written anime. Like it's good. I know why people like it, but it's God. What's his name? Akira Toriyama is just so bad. He's about as good at remembering things as I am, which makes him a terrible writer.
Oh, you mean how he
Hilarious.
forgot that he just forgot a character?
Yeah, he forgot launch. He never. My favorite is still that Trunks and Goten haven't like aged in like 5 years, and it's fantastic that they're the same age for years and years on end.
Stay in biology.
Same biology. It's so good. I'd like his forgetfulness. It has made so many YouTube videos.
You know what my favorite in Dragon Ball inconsistency is? Is the fact that Goku's hair still stands up perfectly straight in like 100 G. But when he steps out on Namek, his hair gets blown, that affects it.
Yeah. His hair is not affected by gravity. It's only affected by wind. It's a great show. I love it. Goku didn't age until he was 18 either. Yeah, but Gohan did. Gohan aged.
This is a weird tangent.
This is Gohan aged. That's the thing. Like, Gohan had a fairly normal-ish like aging cycle.
Yeah.
Where like he was aging
cycle. You don't age in cycle. It's a very much a linear thing.
All of this makes more sense than the video we're watching. So really,
it's true. I don't even remember the curve. When does it become a C curve rather than a C plane?
C curve just sounds like the name of a racehorse. I don't know why.
Probably from Seabiscuit.
That's probably it.
If you have a Seabiscuit, you can have a C curve. It sounds like a plane. Well, because seaplane. I'm not sure if sea level. That's what they said. Sea level. What's the? There's that one plane. God damn it, I can't remember anything. But there's that one plane in that one Yogi Bear movie. That's like a big plane that can land on water. Had a really cool name. Fudge. I'll never remember.
I mean, there are a lot of planes that can land on water.
Yeah, but this was in a Yogi Bear movie. Like, that's all I remember for him. It's a Yogi Bear movie.
That's where the R&D gets his education from.
It's true. Oh goodness. But it had some name, and I feel like it was a C name, which is why I brought it up. But whatever. Yes, there are lots of planes who land. C spot run. Oh, seaplanes go around the curve. There we go.
I saw that. The Spruce Goose.
The Spruce Goose. There it is. The Spruce Goose. I knew it had a name.
That's a good name.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with sea at all.
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, it's an aquatic bird.
Oh, I was gonna go with a tree and a bird, but I guess aquatic bird works better.
It's an actual plane built by Howard Hughes.
Did it ever fly? Is that the thing about it? Like, it never actually was able to fly?
Wait, I thought you said it was very soon.
Well, no, that's what I remember it from, but that doesn't mean, like, it's Spruce Goose. Okay, Spruce Goose. Now we're gonna make a very big tangent to find out this tree.
I'm trying to spell spruce.
Now I'm imagining Yogi Bear hiding in his cave, like being afraid of germs and...
Spruce Goose. I remember this. And again, I mostly remember it from...
Huge H4 Hercules.
Yeah.
Is the actual name of it. It's a prototype strategic airlift flying boat designed and built by a huge aircraft company. Intended as a transatlantic flight transport for use during World War II, it was never completed in time to be used in the war. The aircraft made only one brief flight on November 2nd in 1947, and the project never advanced beyond the single example produced. So it could fly.
Okay, but it never really had. Okay, but it never really had the flight. Like, it did fly, but it didn't do the thing that it was meant to do, which was to do multiple flights. But yes, I remember now. It was in there was a whole Yogi Bear movie around this plane.
Oh, Gio says it flew for 5 meters at a height of 1.3 meters. It then caught fire because of rain. Oh, okay. No, that's another plane. Oh, sorry. That's another plane. That's a plywood pelican. So the Führer it is apparently a German plane. So the Führer fired the pilot. After picking up speed on... Oh, that's... I just kept reading on to the next chat for some reason.
Well, my post was copied from the Wikipedia article about the spruce goose. That's the actual distance, about 1 mile.
About 1 mile. Oh, that's great.
But wait, was it intended to be an actual like plane, or was it like an iguana plane?
They mentioned it was developed too late to fly in the war, so it should have been meant to fly.
Well, iguana planes fly too, but they don't live. They don't.
Ground
like,
effect wasn't a thing until 10 years later or so.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. We have learned something new in this channel. There you go. Spruce Goose was a plane. Also, watch Yogi Bear. There's a Yogi Bear movie about it.
Also, that should be a skin for the goose in
oh yeah, the spruce
on Final Goose game.
All right, so we're on to the last one, which if you can read the tiny little title there, it says the third challenge is the second law of thermodynamics.
Oh, not the second law of thermodynamics.
Wait, it's the challenge that we're supposed to break?
Oh, these guys are just memes at this point. I love it. All right, second law of thermodynamics. What do you have to say?
Having a vacuum chamber next to a pressurized system, gas pressure, air pressure, atmospheric pressure, doesn't matter, without a solid barrier.
So does somebody know that the second law of thermodynamics? I don't know it off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it's got nothing to do with vacuums.
No, it has to do with
just energy, right? That's the energy one.
Entropy and never overall. There's never an overall in a closed system. There's never an overall increase in an overall decrease in entropy.
I would like all of you to consider the fact that Kent Hovind can state the second law of thermodynamics more accurately and clearly than these guys.
Also, guess what fuckfaces? The Earth isn't a closed system.
I know.
So even if the thing you were talking about had anything to do with the second law of thermodynamics, it wouldn't apply.
Yeah. It's very true. It's so okay, so their problem is actually got to do with pressure and vacuums, which is has nothing to do with thermodynamics. As far as I know, has nothing to do with thermodynamics. But
also, the actual challenge is that they want us to have two systems next to each other, one being low pressure and one being high pressure.
Literally, just go up a mountain, buddy. Like, just go up a mountain. Take a bottle with you. Do the bottle thing. What is it? Fill it up at the top with air.
No, there can't be a barrier between them. That was part of the challenge.
No. This is a way to test that you actually went from a low pressure to a high pressure. Is you can start up in a mountain with where the pressure is low, fill up a bottle with just air, right? Close it up and then drive down and have it be crushed by the higher pressure, and it just shows you that you were at a low pressure and went to a low pressure. Sorry.
That's the fun thing about, like, you can tell if you have a candy bar and you go on a flight, you can tell if there's actually a little opening in it, because it will pop up.
Yeah. So yeah, my favorite one is the water bottle one.
Very useful. I know.
I have done it with a basketball too, which is also fun. It just crushes a basketball. It's hilarious. But yeah, no. So yeah, there you go. Go up a mountain. Go down a mountain. There's your. I don't even know the challenge. I haven't actually.
The challenge is literally that they want to have like air right next to a vacuum without it spilling into it, with no barrier in between.
Which is not what anyone says. Okay, we'll listen to it just a little bit.
Without it violating the second law of thermodynamics.
So if any of you ballers can prove...
Okay, that is it. Oh, bananas. That was it. You weren't that special. So yeah. So no, that actually isn't what happens. We don't actually have. God, vacuum is just such a hard word sometimes to understand. But the vacuum of space is not. It's not a vacuum. It doesn't suck things up. And also like the area right next to space isn't a not vacuum. It's
a gradient.
Yeah, like it's not. It's got more crap in it than the vacuum on the other side of it, but like if an even other side of it makes no goddamn sense because it's a gradient. It just has more stuff and then more stuff and then more stuff until you get to a lot of stuff. So yeah, just I love these challenges because these challenges are not actually about like doing something. It's just about teaching these people how to understand science things.
Also, I want to point out that technically speaking, they said solid barrier. So if you make the barrier out of a liquid, you've technically fulfilled the challenge.
Oh, that's true. Just make a bubble. Yeah, that would work. You just make a bubble.
Yeah, because a bubble will have a higher. Well, the problem is the bubble will pop if you put a vacuum into it or outside it. What you need to do is have something that's like with a really high viscosity, where you have air bubbles in it. It's still technically a liquid, and then put that in a vacuum.
Yep.
That will technically fulfill the challenge they said.
Y'all are very, very bad with the challenge. Igor, what are you saying now? Explain.
Oh yeah, Geo is correct. That means that technically glass and tar counts since they're technically liquids.
Perfect.
That's true. I always forget that glass is a liquid.
Well, it's not a liquid in the sense that it actually flows. The idea that like church windows are figure at the bottom because they slowly flow is bullshit. It's because that's the easy way to put them up. It's a liquid. It's a liquid because there's no at no point if you heat glass up, there's no point where you see where you pump energy into it without seeing a temperature increase. So there's no phase change.
Nice. Well, there you go. All right. Well, I guess we'll finish this up.
We live on a spinning ball. We got $100,000 for you, and I can go do something else. Go.
100,000. Okay. See, it's not a me issue that I don't know how much money they're offering. They don't know how much money they're offering.
Also, wait. He just said so he can go do something else. So this is all he does?
That's all he does.
Is he trapped by his own mind? Like is he not allowed to do other things?
No.
Oh, I think it's apparent he's trapped by his own mind.
That's very true. All right.
Follow Flat Earth Millionaire. Thanks for your time. Thanks for everything you're doing, dude.
Research flat.
Flat Earth Millionaire.
I want that again, and I want to make that a GIF. I'm gonna save you, and I want this to be a GIF, and I'm gonna use it constantly. Unfortunately, I wish I could get the sound.
No, it only works with the sound on.
I know.
You need to have it as a video clip. You need to clip the end of it and use that.
Yes.
Research flatter.
Oh, I love every bit of that. That's hilarious. That's my favorite. That's my favorite part of your video. Great job, Flat Earth Millionaire. Oh, you made me giggle, and I appreciate it.
Flat Earth Millionaire also got music views on his channel.
Oh goodness. So yeah, so that's Flat Earth Millionaire. I don't think we won the challenge because I'm sure Flat Earth Millionaire will make some weird.
Well, we haven't technically done it.
It's fine, even if we did.
Simon Dan tried his challenge, and Flat Earth Millionaire was like, "No, you haven't met my channel because you are wrong for reasons."
Yeah. These challenges are always fun. It's just I love it when you actually get there and then they change the rules. It's my favorite. All right. So we hit that point in the show where we are gonna take a quick break because I need a beer. Mostly because I need a beer.
Well, we also finished the video.
We also finished the video.
Yes, we finished the video. Yay! Yay us!
Go us. Do we have alerts set up? I don't know.
It's because all of us are keeping him on schedule.
Wait, what? No, I'm not.
I don't know. I mean, we spent a good deal of time there talking about Dragon
We're
Ball.
totally not slowing it down. Not at all.
No.
We seriously spent 30 minutes to watch a video called 1 Minute Challenge?
Indeed.
We did. We're the best. All right, but we will take a quick break. So I need a beer refresher. And maybe I'm gonna mess around and maybe get the alerts set up, because we don't have alerts set up for boobs, so we can't get boobs, which is always sad. So for the audience, enjoy some royalty free music, and we will be back in a couple minutes. There we go. Now we're back. So yeah, so unfortunately the chat got to miss out on a great conversation about bananas.
We are all bananas.
All bananas. Old bananas, new bananas, virgin bananas, corn bananas, all the bananas. But we got ourselves. So we did. We had a tie, which was very convenient today to have a tie, which means that we get to talk about my favorite white guy with a beard. That's
Fuck you.
It's not yourself.
not white. I know I look it. Not white.
Well, okay, fair. No, fair. Although I will comment that my grandfather is, like, you know, by American standards now considered a white guy, and he was, like, on a literal level way browner than you are.
I'm actually so part of this is actually the camera. It's not. I'm a lot darker IRL. A lot of this is the camera, and like I have a giant window in front of me.
So what you're saying is that you're putting on some kind of digital white face.
Yeah, this is white
There you
face.
Oh no.
You're appropriating white culture.
I got the beard and the white face, so that's the only way I get away with half the things that I say. But I'm not. IRL. I'm really not that white. Also, it's winter, so I get kind of pale in the winter. Because I haven't seen the sun in
White face video talks like a minion. What are you running away from, Red?
But yeah, so the quartering one, the quartering one, the earlier vote. So we get to talk about the quartering. Who's best?
No, I still want to know where his name comes from.
The quartering? I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know. I don't follow him enough to care.
No, like I wasn't expecting you to have an answer. I just like it's
Well,
a weird.
I mean, the horrific medieval death. You know, I mean.
Oh, that would make sense. He is kind of a horrific medieval death.
Yeah.
All around.
I would guess to draw and quarter like they did with Braveheart.
Oh, maybe. He seems to be like the nerdy kind of guy who would have a very nerdy kind of name.
He looks
So
like
you're gonna
the guy
introduce the
from,
video drinking?
Oh yes, I am going to introduce the video drinking.
What's the weird internet show where they cook the giant portions?
What? Who's who? Oh, I don't know.
You know, like the 50-pound hamburgers or something like that. He looks like the host of that show.
Oh,
Epic Mealtime?
Also,
Yeah.
it kind of looks like he's eating some 50-pound hamburgers.
For a second there, I thought you were talking about the Hamburglar, and I was really confused. It's like, I mean, I could see it.
I mean, we don't know what the Hamburglar looks like. He was always wearing a mask.
Well,
I know.
have you guys have you all seen what's his name? Fact Fiend.
Yes.
He's got this video about I think no, it's not Fact Fiend. Somebody's got a video about all the rules about Ronald McDonald and how to become a Ronald McDonald.
That's Fact Fiend.
Is it Fact Fiend? And it's like those rules are fucking intense. Like,
Yeah, you're not allowed to eat fast food.
you're not allowed to eat McDonald's. It's it's great. Red's here. Venture. See, I'll get there eventually. Red Venture. I got there eventually. When he was a big Magic the Gathering, I imagine that that's where it's from. The quartering thing, probably.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I can imagine that. The quartering is the quartering. Oh, the quartering. You're such an angry man, baby. In case you don't know why I love the quartering so much, it's because he complains about 16-year-old cartoon characters not having big enough tits. And then also complains about sexy older ladies dancing on TV. So he's a conundrum. So today he's going to talk to us about H.P. Lovecraft, who was a racist.
Yeah.
Right?
Like H.P. Lovecraft was so racist that even other racists at the time that he lived was like, turn it down a bit, dude.
And I've never really read his books, but I'm told that his books contain quite a bit of it. Like, it's not just like not like J.K. Rowling, who's transphobic, but like it doesn't really come off in her books. It's more like the racism is actually in the books.
Yeah, but like if you actually read Call of Cthulhu, just to take like the one most people are probably familiar with, like that's. And not only is it actually quite a bad book, like it's not an interesting read.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like reading a technical manual. But it's super racist.
Okay.
like yeah, it's bad.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. So the Quartering is now going to explain to us why H.P. Lovecraft wasn't racist. Because he's got to defend something stupid at some point.
Always something that kind of sticks in my craw about hypocrites. They're everywhere.
Even in my room when I'm alone.
They have found a way to get there. He has a bit at the end of his Samantha V video where he perfectly describes his own content while shitting on B for it. That's me. Red said, was it? Yeah, Red. By the way, also since Red's in the chat and I can promote him, you should go check out Red on his Twitch channel. And Red, you should put it on your Twitch channel because Red has stole my show idea and is doing it on Twitch, probably way better than me. So he's doing it on Twitch, and you should go check it out. So post that, Red. But he was talking about this yesterday about, I guess, the Quartering has done a couple of like debates or talks with people, and he's pretty much walks back like everything he says because he doesn't actually believe anything that he says. Just says it because reasons. H.P. Lovecraft literally names one of his monsters after the N-word.
Yes,
Ooh,
that is correct.
Really?
Yes.
I've, like I said, never really read H.P. Lovecraft, so now I have a good reason to. All right.
In life, they're everywhere in this world. You're going to meet them every day. You yourself will do something that's hypocritical. I will do something that's hypocritical.
Sorry, I just have to stop because I can't. I just can't. I know. He is a shocker.
But there's something especially wrong or especially grating around those who are hypocritical in this holier than thou sense, in a way where
I just want to remind everybody that this is the guy who got really upset about cartoon boobs. Constantly is very upset about cartoon boobs.
But that's you're only saying that because you're holier than him.
I am holier than him.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
He obviously has his priorities straight.
He definitely does. His obsession with cartoon boobs is one of my favorites. I mean, I get upset by cartoon boobs daily. You say there's a problem with that? No, his it's so the hypocritical part that I find is how he was super pissed. The reason that I even knew about the Quartering was because he got super pissed at the whole She-Ra isn't sexy enough thing, which is just weird because cartoon character, like not just cartoon character, but like cartoon character aimed at kids. Not that you.
Why can't I masturbate to these kids shows?
Yeah, pretty much. Which, not that you can't have sexy cartoon characters. It's just that, you know, when they're aimed at kids, that seems like a weird thing to complain
in
about.
general, like even if a cartoon character in a kids show is sexy, don't masturbate to a kids show. That's just weird.
It is just weird. So that
find
was
some
his
Rule
thing.
34 at least.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, you there's plenty of cartoon characters for you to masturbate to. The quartering, the internet is out there. But the funny thing about his complaint about her not being sexy enough is that he later, for the Super Bowl, I'm not sure if you all are Americans, so for the Super Bowl, Shakira and Jennifer Lopez did the mid time. What are they called? Mid show?
Halftime.
The thing where in any other football match that other than the Super Bowl, you would have a marching band and you would cut away.
Yeah.
Because apparently no one wants to see that, even though like it's really weird that like you only the one time where it's not the thing that you usually put on in between the two halftimes. In between the two play periods, that's what you show on TV, but all the rest of the time, you don't.
Yep. But yes, during the halftime show, I guess so. It was Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, who are two very attractive ladies, being attractive on stage, and that was too much. And the quartering decided.
I think they were singing.
They might have been singing too. I wasn't listening.
Like generally,
that reminds me of Coach Dave, who complained that he was sexually aroused by a 50-year-old woman.
50 or 15? Because
there's a bit of a difference.
50. J-Lo is 50 this year.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, that was the funny part about like all the conservatives they got their panties in a twist about it. It was hilarious. Like somebody outright was like, we don't need anything that's provocative on the football field. And again, for my non-American friends, American football has like cheerleaders, like young ladies wearing practically nothing on the field. Like that's what they have. So it was hilarious. And so the court.
I wonder if he ever watches beach volleyball.
He would never. He'd probably. Who was that lady? There was that lady who. Couple things that had come to mind. There was one lady who, I don't remember if she was banned or wasn't allowed to play women's volleyball because she was wearing like a burqa, or she was getting like a lot, not a burqa, but like was way more covered up than the other athletes. And I remember that was a big controversy a bit ago. Because she was wearing like, I don't know what the you call the head shawl thing, but she was wearing that and pretty much pants, like was just wearing a tight burqa. The problem is the beach volleyball has the sexiest rules. It does have sexy rules, but I do remember people getting really pissy about that too. That like she wore way more clothes than all the other players. So it's that sports are weird about what they allowed to do, what's too sexy.
I mean, for fuck's sake, the original Olympics used to be performed naked.
Nude. Can't have any.
They were much more. They didn't have all this weird thing we have now, where we try to pretend it's only for the sport and not watching fit people. Yeah. No, They weren't ashamed of it.
They understood. Everybody showed up, and thankfully the Greeks also didn't care much about men being naked all the time. They just it's about seeing sexy people do sexy things, mostly the least amount of clothes possible, and that's fine. I mean, it's fine. But yeah, so the quartering was one of the people who was complaining about that. And I do find that hypocritical, the quartering, that you complain about a kid's show not being sexy enough, but American football being too sexy by adult women, older adult women for that matter, dancing too provocatively for you.
Give it a year and he will be complaining about that porn is too sexy.
Oh no, they can't have that. Can you imagine naked people and porn? Oof.
Oh no.
Oof, the outrage.
I mean, clothes porn is a category.
Don't say that, because then I'm curious and I don't wanna look that up.
Any collection of words is a category.
That. Well, category no. Maybe like a video, yes, but like a whole category, no.
Fair.
Yellow is correct. That is just softcore.
It is just softcore.
But there are like
Clothes
an actual
porn.
like. Well, there are actual porn where one person remains clothes and the other one doesn't, and that's part of the sexiness.
Oh, okay. We don't kink shame around here. So
I
it's
don't
fine.
know why I know that.
It's the internet.
I guess. But like you're on the internet too.
Yeah.
RNT is porn to somebody.
It's true. I was called I got into a Twitter spat. Got into a Twitter spat and somebody went and found a picture of me just to call me fat. It was hilarious. So I'm sure that they will probably masturbate to that picture later on. And that's okay. I give you permission, random stranger on Twitter. That's fine. So I guess Red says the quartering actually shed on Paul Joseph Watson over his porn take, because Paul Joseph Watson is also like anti-porn, anti-fun. Paul Joseph Watson's just anti-fun, to be fair. So that's hilarious.
No, R&D, he's punk.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Being following the rules and being
It's
for
the
the
new
establishment is the new punk. There's this great interview between Bernie Sanders and a couple of punks in a mall. It's hilarious. It's pretty great. They talk about, the punks talk about being anti-establishment and whatnot. It's hilarious. Yeah, but yes, following the rules and hi, other cats outside. Can we catch her? Sorry, other cat's outside. Let's see if we can get her. No, other cat, come back. Other cat left. There she is. So it's nice enough outside that we can have the balcony open, and the balcony is right in front of my window, and the cats like to hang out and then look into the window and then try to get in, but there's a window. And they have yet to figure out that there's a window in the way. So, all right. So
do we actually get to the point of the video?
No,
we'll never get.
no, sorry.
Be real.
This is, you all are supposed to keep me on track, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
You should know better.
Do we need to tie you down like Snidey Whiplash?
Okay, I know we were talking about kinks here, but we can't. I think I might get kicked off of YouTube at that point.
You wanted to be kept on track.
All right, here we go.
Games industry is so.
Okay, I have a shoot. Can I make this joke?
Sure.
For the Germans in the room, aren't your trains always on time? You should be good at keeping me on track. But I'm pushing.
Our trains are never on time. It's actually a fact.
Also, being on time and not getting derailed are two different things.
They go hand in hand. If you're derailed, you're definitely not on time. So.
Well, it depends. If you get derailed in the station, you will be on time. As long as you stay there.
It's true. Depends on how close to the station you get derailed. All right. I'm sorry. Something the quartering.
Oh, in love with smelling their own farts, talking about how they in 2020 are just so much more enlightened. It's pathetic.
Then
people
what?
are.
You can't set up that they're so much more enlightened. Like when you make a comparison, you need to say what you're comparing it to. But you're missing the rest of the sentence.
He doesn't sentence well. I think it's the people who complain about like J.P. Lovecraft or this is something we were talking about in my English class.
J.P. Lovecraft?
J.P.
Is
Lovecraft.
that H.P. brother?
This is like Jordan Peterson Lovecraft. It's definitely about eggs.
That's a fucking Lovecraftian monster in itself.
Yeah, no, he wants all the eggs. He's gonna hoard all the eggs.
No, that's definitely
That idea is actually scary. Jordan Lovecraft.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. He would be one of the old gods, right? Are they old gods? Is that how that works in Lovecraft?
The old ones.
He would be one of the old ones.
And you know, Ryloth is really a metaphor.
I'm sure he's got. God, nobody ever introduce Jordan Peterson to Lovecraftian stuff. He'd be a
probably
giant
has
lobster.
read it.
Oh, he would be a giant lobster. Oh my goodness, he'd be terrifying.
No, he'd be a giant lobster with his own face.
Yeah, it would. Oh, that'd be scary. Nothing special. No, just a giant lobster. He would be the top lobster, though. Which is the
well, he would be on top of everything.
He'd be all on top of all the lobsters, trying to get all the eggs. God, Jordan Peterson, you weirdo. Yes, something about farts, smelling your own farts. Oh, being better than other people's. So, oh yeah, we were talking about this in class the other day about how, I mean, obviously we are hopefully less racist than our people before us. Hopefully, and that's not always true. So it's I don't know, this idea that I guess you can't judge people from the past for being racist in the past, like that's not.
I mean, you can't judge people in the past. You can say that that wouldn't be okay, but like, I mean, to some extent, you have to give them some kind of pass because that's the culture they were living in.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I'm sure that, you know, a lot of what you and I say, or, you know, people here say now is going to be considered inappropriate in 100 years or whatever.
I already know that half the shit I say is inappropriate.
It's inappropriate now, but yeah.
Yeah,
so I'm sure someone will be like, oh, you know, they were being sexist or ableist or whatever, and they're probably not wrong. I just, you know, I don't know any better because I'm an idiot from whatever century I'm in. I think though, to a certain extent though, I think you can be like, you should have known better. Like, you can give people excuses up to a point.
Yeah.
Which I think, when was Lovecraft an author? Not too long ago, right? Like, it was like 1920s, right?
He lived from he was born in 1890 and lived to 1937.
Okay. So yeah, and it's generally pointed. I think you pointed this out too, that even for his time, he was extremely racist.
Yes.
So like, you can give
and anti-Semitic. He famously would ran against Jews at his Jewish wife.
Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah.
So I think you can give people like a certain amount of leeway, but at some point you're like, okay, yeah. You know, you might, like, being racist for the time is one thing, but being more racist than that is an entirely different thing. And also,
when other racists at the time call you racist, then
yeah. So I don't think this particular excuse is going to work all that well for H.P. Lovecraft. But I think that's more or less what the quartering is going to try to get at.
I think we should also compare him to the not so racist people of his time, and there were a lot that were massively less racist than H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, that's also like, when people say like talk about like you would have owned slaves during slavery, it's like there are people who didn't, and there's people who still spoke out against slavery.
The problem with that statement is also that slaves were expensive.
Yeah. I mean, if you were
not everyone owned, like, the vast majority of people didn't own slaves because they were expensive to buy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I meant more in the, like, you would have done the same thing.
I know what you mean, but like the idea like that accusing everyone of what you would have owned slaves is a bit weird when you consider that there also wasn't enough. I don't think there was enough slaves that you could actually give everyone at least, like, maybe you could probably give everyone at least one, maybe, but like there wasn't enough that you could like have it where it would make sense to own them.
Yeah,
like, you have to have a big enough amount to run a farm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, so it wasn't like the car, but yeah, but even then, even when slaves were commonly owned and it was common practice to own slaves, people still spoke out against it, and people still.
There was even a war about it.
Yeah, there was even a war about it. There was even an underground way to transport African Americans to freedom. So you can't to a certain point be like, you should have known better, because there were other people in your time who knew better. So it's kind of that I think does give it some, like, you got to compare them to the less racist people as well, just like we said earlier. All right, what else you got to say?
Losers. And there's a particular issue I have with the woke game dev crowd, especially in board gaming, tabletop gaming, that like to rip on H.P. Lovecraft. They call him all sorts of things: a supremacist, a bigot, everything under the sun.
He was.
I really wish, I know he's not going to, because this is a quartering. The quartering just bitches. He doesn't actually back it up. But I would really like him to show how he wasn't a bigot. That would be nice. Like, I would love for him to take a passage or whatever and then figure out a way to interpret it that wasn't racist. But from what I can tell, it sounds like he was just kind of racist. Just that's what he was. Reading Lovecraft is a great way to learn new slurs. Oh no.
Well, not new slurs. New for you, but old.
Old slurs. Okay. Do we want to read H.P. Is there any H.P. Lovecraft for free on the internet? Probably.
I mean, it's been
main now.
Yeah, like it's been more than 70 years since he died. So yeah.
Let's see if we can find some racist quotes by H.P. Lovecraft. Because, like I said, hi buddy. I've never really read him before. Hi buddy. Do you want to be the center of attention? Is that where we're at? No. Let's see if we can get you. There he is. Oh, you all can't see my camera, can you? No, you can't.
No.
So you get none. Oh goodness! Look at this. Oh, these are bad, and I'm just looking at the things. Okay. Oh gosh, I can't. Okay, so this one does just outright has the N-word in it. So
yes,
we're gonna. Oh, I don't even want to show it on screen.
Nope.
I don't even want to show it on screen, so I'm gonna read it and say the N-word a whole lot. Like, not actually say the N-word, but say.
Thank you.
But I'm just gonna say N-word a whole lot here, guys. Oh, this is really bad. Goodness gracious.
He was good at coming up with, like, creepy ideas for the most part, like half and half. But, like, he wasn't a nice guy, and he wasn't actually that good of a writer.
So I feel like a lot of H.P. Lovecraft is just like what has like the cool stuff that other people have created after he died.
Yes, using his worlds, using his concept there. Like he's good at coming up with coming up with creepy stuff and cosmic horror, but he wasn't good at like actually working. He was kind of like a sort of old-timey George Lucas.
All right, buddy, you can't step on everything. You're the worst. Okay, so this is a short story, a poem, I don't know, by H.P. Lovecraft on the creation of the N-word. When long ago the gods created earth, in Jove's fair image man was shaped at birth. The beasts for lesser parts were next designed, yet were they too remote from humankind to fill the gap and join the rest of man. The Olympian hosts conveyed a clever plan. A beast they wrought in semi-human figure, filled it with vice and called the thing a N-word. Jesus fuck!
Yep, literally black people were created by the gods because there was too much of a distance between humans and animals, so they were put in as the in between.
Oh, this is real bad.
Yes,
oh,
but he wasn't racist.
And this guy is about to argue that that's fine.
That this is fine, yeah.
Awesome. That's
like just that one poem alone, you could be like, no. Oh no, what else we got? Oh, okay. I'm gonna try and find some. That's real bad. Okay, so apparently this isn't racist. Apparently the thing that I just read isn't racist. Because
well, is it harder in words or is it with an A?
I don't know. I'll ask Destiny, see what he thinks. If I'm allowed to say it or not.
Oh my god. Horrible.
Lovecraft? No? Okay. Let's listen a little bit more.
Now, this video is not here to defend the views of a man who was born in 1890. 1890.
Yeah?
He has to say it twice because his audience isn't good with numbers.
Mm-hmm. No. By the way, that was a long time ago, but not so long that the stuff that he says wasn't racist. God, like, yeah.
And that doesn't change the fact that tabletop game makers now should probably say, yeah, we shouldn't include all those things.
Yeah, there's no reason to make a tabletop game based off of that poem. Like, none whatsoever. Oh.
Okay. Yes, imagine every other word capitalized and me saying, oh, well, my views are different in 2020 than this guy's were in 1800s.
All these people are he was 10 years old when the 1800s ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah. When he died, 1930 something, right?
Yes.
37. Yeah, so he was around when some relatively progressive stuff was going on.
Well, he was also around when the world was gearing up to World War II.
Yeah. Goodness, what else we got?
I mean, it wasn't let's be clear, their the views of the Nazis were, for the most part, in the US, it was only really until after the during the world, people started distancing themselves from it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you still had segregation. The world was still pretty fucking racist at that time.
Yeah. Oh.
And somehow Lovecraft
was still too racist for that.
The context there should be really obvious. You wouldn't even be able to defend him.
Yeah.
The argument that he lived a long time ago doesn't work because you wouldn't have been able to defend him even at the time.
Oh goodness.
Happy to call him all sorts of horrible things while profiting off of his work. We can see Vice here, how tabletop RPGs are being reclaimed from the bigots and the jerks.
I'm really curious as to what the problem So again, H.P. Lovecraft, from what I understand of his work, he created a mythos, not a
Yes.
So this idea that you're profiting off of his work seems a little weird. It's like,
I mean, you kind of are, but and so what? That, going, oh, he had a good. It's public domain now, anyways. But saying, oh, that's actually kind of cool, and that's a cool mythos. Maybe we should move all the racism and make something cool out of it.
I mean, and there's a point where you can do Mary Shelley making a billion Frankenstein movies or whatever. It's still, I don't think you can be.
No, she made the book.
Yeah, she made the book.
She didn't make the movies.
I know, but making movies from Mary Shelley's, you're still not taking advantage of her in any way, shape, or form because it's been forever, and two, it's not It's not like any of those have much to do with the book. Like they have the basic idea of the book, but besides that, very few of them have anything to do with the book.
And is this guy's concept that if you're using Lovecraft and you take out the racism, that's somehow exploitive? I mean, I'm not even...
not taking out the racism, but, like, both using it and calling him a racist. That's apparently hypocritical.
Okay, then.
That's such a weird hill to die on. Like, Like I don't see the problem with using any of Lovecraft stuff and just not including the racist bits. Like I don't know what the racist bits adds to it necessarily. Like I understand that there's some points we were talking about this again in class, and actually it got brought up last Sunday. I went to go see The Abduction from Serglione or something like that. It's a Mozart opera, and it's about these Turks who kidnap a bunch of people and make them work. And before we went to the opera, they had like a little talk about things, and they talked about how they took a lot of the racism out of it. Which part of me is like, oh, I mean that's neat because you don't. Hello. You don't need to, if the racism doesn't really add anything to it, then what's the point of keeping it? Just keep the good bits. But I guess there is also a case to be made about like keeping the original for historic value.
Well, like no one's throwing it out.
Yeah.
Like we aren't going around like burning
Lovecraft and yeah.
Like.
No, you're right. Yeah, this isn't Hobbs, buddy. This isn't game board makers aren't like, oh, let's get rid of all H.P. Lovecraft stuff. Except for the stuff that isn't racist, and everything else must die and be forgotten about. They're just choosing not to include the racist stuff, which is a very different thing.
Also, I mean, that Vice headline, yeah, to some extent it is. Like, I mean, if you go back, like, just D&D, like, there's some serious, like, kind of yaks moments with their, like, like, with racism.
Yeah.
In, like, early D&D.
Yeah, and they've gotten fairly, D&D is very progressive.
Yeah.
In their book. I think the player's manual has a thing about gender, just like do whatever you want. Don't have one, it's fine. And also like it doesn't affect your character stats in any way, shape, or form. To be one gender over another, like, or to not have one. So they have become rather progressive, the D&D, the Wizards of the Coast people. Hi, buddy. Okay.
New rulebooks and designer notes are making horror RPGs a more inclusive and healthy hobby.
Good.
So, yeah. I really want to know.
This is bad somehow.
Yeah, I really want to know what the bad part about this. Oh, no. More people can get into this thing. Like, this is such weird gatekeeping, too. Like, I don't want more people to get in.
You're only allowed to. You're not allowed unless you're racist.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you must be this racist tall before you can get in. Like, goddamn, the quartering. Like, it's such a weird take to have.
Well, there wasn't really anything else that day, and he had to make a video.
Gotta make money somehow, I guess. Oh God, it's so sad. The quartering, you were so sad.
When tabletop role-playing game developer Evil Hat Productions announced it had included a content warning on page 6 of its upcoming Fate of Cthulhu game, many folks praised Evil Hat, but there were also the now predictable tide of BS.
Yeah. You say that so
Did he just censor
unironically.
himself?
I know, like that's you, buddy.
No, he just censored himself. He said BS instead of bullshit.
Oh, did he? I don't. Oh, maybe
He did. So he's literally like. I thought he was for free speech.
Who just did that? Someone just did that on the news. Stone Toss does it all the time. If you don't know who Stone Toss is, they do like pro-fascist comics on the internet. They have one cartoon where they talk about how they have the freedom to say the N-word, but they put it as the N-word, and it's the funniest shit. Like, do you now, Stone Toss? Do you now?
He does, but he's not gonna do it.
He's not gonna do it. Who was it? Fucking what is it? Count Chocula? The guy who worked with Sargon and ruined the party. Count Chocula. Hey Malarkey, how are you? It's Malarkey. Oh no, it's Malarkey. Yeah, it's all Malarkey. Count Chocula. He worked with Sargon and then destroyed UKIP or whatever. Dankula, not Chocula. Count Dankula also tweeted out like right around New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, like the first thing he did was like after the New Year's was say the N-word because he's gonna stand by the fact that he's got the right to do that. And that's gotta be like the saddest existence in the world, where like the most exciting thing you can do in the new year is to out loud say the N-word. Like that's
these people, I mean, they feel like it's such a privilege to be able to say slurs. What the hell is... What kind of brain injury do you need for this? I mean...
All of them.
Yeah.
It is. It really is all like it is a very weird mindset to fight so hard just to be able to be racist and say slurs or whatever the quartering is gonna fight for.
Just make up new slurs.
It's true.
Like you can always just make like the trick is that you keep up making new slurs. So and then everyone else has to follow along and like realize that it's using as a slur. So before it starts to become socially unacceptable. That's how slurs work.
It's a brain injury called never developing past that teenage phase of trying to push boundaries. Yeah. Dankula, wasn't he the one that trained the dog to do the Nazi salute and almost got sued over it? Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, well, wait, that I will say that that's stupid.
The getting sued thing? I don't remember exactly what he got sued for.
He was like charged with hate speech or something for teaching the dog to howl when he said so, which was obviously a joke. Like I don't that one I feel like, I mean, it's a stupid joke, but like I don't feel like he should have been like gotten in legal trouble for that. That's just kind of silly.
I think with that one it's less about I don't know if it's more about like the fact he was charged with violating 2003 Communication Act. Yeah. Like I don't think he was sued for teaching his dog how to howl. Like I think that kind of changes it. It was the fact that he made a whole video and spread it. I think that's different. Like that's I don't know. That's the difference between, you know. That's the difference between, I guess, like saying the N-word in your house with no one around to know that that's what you're doing, and then making a whole video and putting it out to.
Saying it when no one else is around is incredibly sad. I have free speech as long as no one can hear what I say.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, you technically do.
Horrible shit if no one can hear you.
Yeah. That was the UK trying to pretend their police force wasn't racist. Oh no. I don't know much about the UK police force. Oh, this is a good comment. Pokemon is the best proof evolution there is, and even then, Pikachu doesn't evolve into a Charizard.
That's because the evolution in Pokemon isn't evolution.
So
it's either just growing up or its metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis, yeah. I do think so Pokemon does have some good evolution things in it though, like actual evolution things, which is great. Like the different forms, like the Alolan forms versus the Kanto forms or whatever, where like the same species looks different depending on where they're from. That's much closer to evolution than Pikachu becoming
Well,
Raichu.
I would say that's more. I'd say you take it more as phenotypical variation, but
yeah.
Don't forget that Iger has said that Kent Hovind is a clever man. He goes with what Kent is preaching, so no idea what evolution really is.
That's true. Kent does not know what evolution is. It's very true. But yeah, there's also what's the other one that Pokemon has? They're also really good about making Pokemon that fit their environment really well. Like all of the different regions have like a like starting bird Pokemon, and they're all like made for like their environment. They're it's almost like they evolved to fit their environment. It's great. Snorlax is the best Pokemon. Best Pokemon. I'd say Absol is the best Pokemon. Absol is one of my favorites.
That's wow. That is such a that is like the most go-to answer. Somehow became a basic bitch, but in Pokemon.
Love fucking Absol. Especially after it got its Mega Evolution. Its Mega Evolution is pretty good. Also, what's the other one that I really like? The one with the head that looks like a face but isn't a face. Oh shoot.
Wobbuffet?
Not Wobbuffet. It's in 3rd gen. It also got a Mega Evolution.
One that looks like a face but isn't a face?
Yeah, like the back of its head is like a giant mouth. But that's like the back of its head.
Oh, fuck. Oh. It's not for the name.
It's in Ruby and Sapphire. Like, that's what it's from.
It starts with an M.
Mawile?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, something like that. That's one of my favorite ones. You're all sleeping on Mimikyu. Mimikyu was a little bit too edgy. Like I feel like Game Freak was trying to be edgy a little bit too hard right there. That's just my opinion on Mimikyu.
Jigglypuff.
Yep. Do you have a problem with Pikachu having a creepy stalker? I mean...
It's not the creepy stalker bit. It's just like you could tell they were kind of trying.
I think that's fun. That's a fun idea. What they should have done was like have loads of different it should not be cosmetic, but like loads of different one where they're trying to mimic different.
Yeah. Variations of Mimikyu that follow different. That are obsessed with different Pokemon. Yeah. That would be kind of neat. There's
now I'm imagining some kind of situation where where two Pikachu of them mimicking Pikachu mimicking ones get together, get a kid, and then the kid rebels by choosing to mimic a different.
I'm gonna do my own thing, Mom. I want to be.
It's not a face, Mom. I'm a Sharpedo.
Oh goodness. That would be great. Snorlax is pretty cool though. I do like Snorlax and Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is pretty awesome. All right. With that said, we have hit the 2 o'clock window. Which...
What a fair argument about the quartering we had.
Whatever. The quartering is just like, he's not racist.
He's just background noise.
Yeah.
He's just there for us to get things to talk about.
Yeah. Whatever. He's not worth it.
You could also listen to modem sounds and would be the same thing.
It's true. It's true. He's just the worst. So we will end it there for today. But thank you everyone who was in the chat, and thank you all my guests. I will let you all say goodbye individually. We will do the, let's see, we will go from the left to right. So Evan.
Thank you all for a wonderful show. Someday maybe I'll have a channel to plug, but not right now.
And then we got Luke.
Well, until next time, I will plug my shit in your chat if it's fine.
Oh yeah.
It's my Twitch channel, which I don't use for gaming, but for music.
Nice. So yeah, and it's pretty good music. I think I follow you on Twitch. I think I follow you and like Red, and that's it.
I think you do. I think you watched when you moved to your new stuff and things.
Yep, during the move I was listening. And then we got Micro.
Hey, so yeah, this was fun. I'm slowly working towards making a new video. I have like a couple of like big sciencey segments that I need to write out, and then I will hopefully be done with the script. Like I need to write out loads of it. It's just like 4 sentences, and half of them are jokes. Segments, but so hopefully at some point I will have a new video. Some point. I do still exist.
And then again, if you like to listen to more of Micro and more of me, you can also go to Christy Winters' channel on Saturdays.
Or taking a look at.
Those are the two things we do. So if you want if you want more of us, those are the two places. Taking a look at Christy Winters. And then yeah. Ugly German Truths.
You know, I have nothing to show. This is about the most productive I ever get on YouTube, so just have a nice evening.
Right.
And thank you for hosting us.
Yeah, so hopefully now we have a new program, which thank you everyone for donating and doing all the things, and patrons, of course, because we bought a new program that lets me pull sound from things and stuff, and that's what made this hangout possible, is because I could actually share audio with everyone. So that was fantastic. So thank you everyone for helping out. Remember to go check out Essence of Thoughts Twitch channel, because we will be doing, is that it? Hopefully, nope, that's not it. Because we will be doing a fundraiser there, so I'll be doing a fundraiser there. So go check them out. Otherwise, everyone have yourselves a good rest of your week, and we will see you all next time.